Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come right with your man, Captain Will. And we got a good one today. It is game day. And I know that today is the Super Bowl game for, the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all this mess. But that's the JV game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the JV game. Because the varsity game, the real game goes down at 2:00 p.m. 1400 hours. It's going down. South Carolina, UConn, rekindle that rivalry that's been going down. Geno, Dawn Staley, Paide Buekers, Raven Johnson, Aaliyah Edwards, Ashlyn Watkins. So many different battles within the battle. So many different battles within the battle. And we are all ready for it. Today is a whiteout day. And I've already seen the stuff on Twitter in regards to the lines. I've seen the t-shirts already on the chairs. It's going to be electric in the arena today. 18,000 strong cheering for the Gamecocks. I love it. And I'm not there. I decided to do a pregame show from the crib. And do the watch the game with some adult beverages and then do the post game show after the big game, 4:00 and do some more adult beverages and then get ready for the Super Bowl. That's going down today in the Williams household today, in the Williams manor, in the Team Us situation at the crib. That's what's going on today. But we got to talk about this game. We have to talk about this game, right? And let me begin right here. All right, so first off, Rebecca Lobo is doing the game. Okay, so Rebecca Lobo is doing the game. And it's UConn and South Carolina, right? So I already know it's going to go down. Go down. Even though she don't want to do it, it's going to be some bias. It's going to be some UConn bias, and I already know. And so I already know at 4:00 p.m. I'm going to be on some stuff because of the way this game is being commentated. I already know. That's what's going to go down. Y'all already know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel about that. But that's the small picture in the big scheme of things in regards to that. Because it's shot o'clock, y'all. It is shot o'clock. It is time to get this party started right now. Hanging out with your boy, Captain Will. It is shot o'clock time. Chop it up with your man, Captain Will. And you know how we do it. You're not new to this. If you tuning in right now, you're not new to this old shot o'clock thing. A lot of podcasts try to do this, but it's only one. So we're doing shot o'clock. We are doing shot o'clock. And this shot is actually a Hawaii shot glass. We went to Hawaii last year for my birthday. And this shot o'clock is for Kamilla Cardozo. This shot is for Kamilla Cardozo, been putting work in overseas for her team Brazil. This is what it's for. We got to celebrate our own. Now, Kamilla Cardozo is not going to be in the game today. She's not going to be in the game today. She will be back. And for what I saw, she was doing work for Team Brazil. That's what I saw. So this is the honor of Kamilla Cardozo, and we can't wait for you to come back home, girl. Can't wait for you to come back home. Shot. Yeah, buddy. All right, so we got UConn. UConn is number 3 in net ranking. UConn is a very good basketball team. Strength of schedule is second in the country. Awesome. Awesome. 9-4 versus teams in the top 60. That is elite. Great stats. Great stats for UConn. But here's the thing. They play in South Carolina. And the game is at home. The game is at Colonial Life Arena. The game is at Colonial Life Arena, y'all. Colonial Life Arena. You know the last time South Carolina lost a game at Colonial Life Arena? I think Barack Obama was the president. It's been that long. Our net ranking is number one. Okay? UConn's number 3. South Carolina, number 1. That means we're the best. Strength of schedule. South Carolina ain't playing no scrub teams either. We're 19th in strength of schedule. So bring it. Whatever you got, just bring it. UConn's 9-4 against teams in the top 60. West South Carolina is 13-0 against teams in the top 60. Make no mistake about it. This is a heavyweight matchup of two teams. This is a Final Four type atmosphere. This is a Final Four type talent distribution with UConn and with South Carolina, especially for the head coaches. I wish I was there so I could really talk. I was there so I could go into the press conference room because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be lit. It's going to be Geno probably going to say some stuff that he probably ain't supposed to say, but he's going to say it. You know what I'm saying? And something's going to say that might even go viral. But we'll see. We'll worry about that later. And offensive rating for UConn is 10th in the country. Top 10 out of 360 basketball teams. That means UConn has one of the most efficient offenses in the country. Led by, Paide Buekers and Aaliyah Edwards. So we know they are an elite team offensively. But it starts with their offense and the 10th rating, and their field goal percentage is 3rd in the country. That is damn right amazing. That is amazing. 2-point percentage, 6th in the country. 3-point percentage, 19th in the country at 37% from the 3. Assist a game, they're 6. It just keeps going on and on and on. Fewest turnovers a game, 21st. They don't turn over the ball. They do not turn over the basketball. But again, this is a different animal in South Carolina. Because UConn is not only playing the best team that they played all year. Not only are they playing the best team they played all year, they are playing the best defensive team all year. That is South Carolina. So they have their offensive rating of 10th. South Carolina is the number 1 ranked defense in defensive rating. Number 1. That means we're the best, y'all. So UConn has that 3rd ranked field goal percentage. South Carolina has the number 1 defense in field goal percentage allowed. That means we the best. We number 1. UConn has that 2-point percentage, 6th in the country. Well, South Carolina has the number 1 ranked defense in 2-point percentage allowed. That means we are the best. Number one. So UConn's bringing in this talented offensive juggernaut into this team, but they got to play the best defensive team in the nation out of 360 teams. So we will see how good UConn's team is offensively going against the best, because we already know what South Carolina brings to the table defensively. We already know. It's not a question mark. It's not a thing where you gotta, question it and worry about it. We ain't gotta worry about our defense. Not at all. In any basketball game that we will play. Never. Because we stand by defense. So we will see what's good with UConn's offense. We will see what Paige does against this vaunted defensive team when she's matched up against Raven and Te-Hina and Breezy and MiLaysia. We'll see. Tessa Johnson. So many different waves of players that will be going after their two best players. So many different ways. So UConn, y'all better be on point offensively. Y'all better be on point offensively. I know you start two freshmen. And you're about to enter a building that is ready to put y'all on notice, that is having a whiteout, 18,000 strong. Y'all about to enter an atmosphere, these freshmen that ain't never been in. So we could talk about the legacy of UConn. We could talk about the championships and all this, that, and the third. We could talk about all that stuff. But they play 7 players. They two best players play the bulk of the minutes. They better be on point. And those 7 players, I think 3 of them are freshmen. I believe the other one is a red shirt freshman. So this is a come-upness, if you will, for UConn and their players. This is South Carolina basketball. You about to find out what the hype is all about. You about to find out what it is to play South Carolina. You've read about it. You've seen it on TV. When you were in high school, you saw it. But you're about to be seeing it up close and personal. You're about to be seeing what it's like to guard a Ashlyn Watkins. You're about to see what it's like to guard a Te-Hina Paopao. It's about to happen today, y'all. It is about to happen today. Let's go through a few questions. Today. And we're going to start with Michelle Malone. Michelle Malone, what's good, my sister? We're going to start with her. And I thank you for being a gold member. I appreciate it. We're going to do a members only chat this week. And for all of you, if you want to be a part of the members only, chat, y'all need to be go to my YouTube channel and click on join in the members page and just enjoy. It's more exclusive. It's smaller. You know what I'm saying? So you get more questions asked and all those different things. So it's really dope. Just check it out. It's growing. Right now we have 19 total members, and it's really a blessing to have that many at a short period of time. And for the gold members, you will be getting a t-shirt. And for the ones who have not received your t-shirt, please send me your mailing information, your size, and I'll get it out to you. Just that's how it goes. Dope t-shirt. And it's happening. Michelle Malone said, I'm so hyped for this game. We are about to show up and show out. Girl, you tell no lies. We are about to do it on Sunday. It's just a few games. For me, it's just a few games that get me lit, get me crazy, get me going out of control. Just a few games. UConn is one of them. And I just love it. I love the atmosphere. I just love everything about this game. And I'm ready. I am ready. Kimberly Page, what's up, girl? Yo, Cap, imagine Sarah pulling up to the game. If Sarah pulls up to the game, the crowd gonna lose their damn mind. I'm just saying right now, the crowd will lose their mind if she pulls up. I'm not sure if she's going to the game. Somebody hit me up, DM me if you're at the game and let me know so I can talk some good ish this afternoon. But I would love for Sarah Strong to pull up and just start the hype train. Because I believe South Carolina and UConn are the two teams. I believe South Carolina and UConn are the two basketball teams that are leading for the services of her. Okay? So I just can't wait for it. I cannot wait for it. John Pittman, can't wait for the game. I think the pro weave with Watkins, Fulwiley, and Feagin will choke the Huskies. It is so much. And John, I appreciate the comment, of course. You're not telling any lies. You're not telling no lies at all. Watkins is unbelievable. Fulwiley is unbelievable. Feagin is unbelievable. Feagin's playing her best brand of basketball over the last 10 games, and it's happening at an accelerated pace now. She's showing why, Coach Staley thinks so highly of her early on, and it's so special. It's so special to see. And As long as we play our brand of basketball, as long as we play our style of defense, I don't see any problem beating UConn. I don't. But we have to play our brand of basketball. We can't get caught up in the hype. We cannot be caught in the hype of this basketball game. And because we're still a young team too, we're a young team. So it affects us in some ways as well. But I appreciate the comment, brother. Greg Perry, how you doing this morning, this afternoon? Hoping we start fast today. I do too. I hope we get a fast start. We've been getting slow starts in the first quarter for multiple games now. I think we should jump on them. If we jump on UConn in that first quarter, I think the game is a wrap. If we are at a 5 to 7 point lead in the first quarter, I think the game is over. I really do. I think the game is over because we've been starting so slow. So I hope that we jump on UConn today. But don't let the game be the first quarter be filled with emotion. Don't let the game, we got the whiteout. We got, ESPN. We got all these different platforms. It's Super Bowl day. So many things that's going on in this basketball game. But we have to stay locked in. Okay. James McFadden, what's up, bro? Captain, why would anyone who is highly ranked player would want to play for anyone other than Dawn and South Carolina Lady Gamecocks? Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. And this is just me keeping it real on a Sunday afternoon. Every player does not want to wait. Every top rated player does not want to wait for their turn to join the train and that cog. Everybody don't want to be a cog in the wheel, for a championship ready team. Some of these top rated players want to be the wheel. They want to get those 25 shots a game. They want to get the highlight reels. They want to get all those different things. And that's fine. That is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That is their choice. But and it's hard to evaluate, freshmen. It's hard to evaluate freshmen from the 2023 class. It is. It's hard to evaluate freshmen from the 2023 class because you have a freshman like MiLaysia Fulwiley is almost, in my opinion, the most exciting freshman in the country. She just don't play 30, 35 minutes a game. She just doesn't. So if you don't play 30, 35 minutes a game, you're not going to get the stats that a Juju Watkins get or a Michaela Williams get or a, Hannah Hidalgo. You're not going to get those stats. Now you're going to get those W's. You'll get those W's because from top to bottom, you use a team like, here's an example. Use a team like Southern Cal. Juju Watkins is their best player. She takes the bulk of their shots. She's their best player. But Southern Cal is not a championship level team. They aren't. From top to bottom, they can't compete with South Carolina. No way. So the talent of MiLaysia Fulwiley could easily go to any school in the country that will let her play 30, 35 minutes a game, and she'll be lighting it up. She would be lighting it up. But a school like South Carolina, where everyone is talented. Other than Juju Watkins on that Southern Cal team, I don't think there's a player on that squad that could, break our top 7. I'm just keeping it real. I don't think there's a player on Southern Cal's team that, other than Juju, can break our top 7. That's the talent of South Carolina. So you got some players who say, nah, I ain't trying to go to South Carolina because I want to play right now. That ain't gonna happen with South Carolina. It ain't gonna happen. Joyce, if we get Sarah Strong and we already got Joyce Edwards, you got number 1 and number 2 ranked players in the country, in those 2 players, they're not gonna come to South Carolina and start. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. The number 1 and number 2 ranked players in the country in the 2024 class are not coming to, if they come to South Carolina, which Joyce is already here, like I just stated, they are not going to start. They ain't gonna start because they are so many dominant players already at South Carolina. Dawn Staley's own words, we got some dogs. Some of these other teams, they ain't got dogs. Notre Dame ain't got no dogs other than Hannah Hidalgo. They ain't got no dogs. So she taking 30 shots a game, but that's the reason, bro. That's the reason. Dwayne Wicker, Gamecock depth and court speed wins out. Yeah, you bring up a great point, Dwayne. I appreciate the comment, bro. UConn plays at a pace of 108th in the country. 108th in the country. South Carolina plays at a pace of about 36th in the country. We play faster. And when you got Turbo in MiLaysia Fulwiley, and you got Raven doing her bounce, doing her bankhead bounce, getting the ball up the court, that's what goes down. So we get easy points in transition. We get easy points in the paint. Those are some of the keys to the victory today. Points in the paint and scoring in transition. We get a bunch of assists in this basketball game from Raven to Te-Hina. The game will be much easier. Appreciate the comment. Mark Regal, cap. I love that, man. I love that. Maple Leaf Studios Productions. Well, first of all, that's a dope name. And pulling up to the Captain Will show. Maple Leaf Studios Production. Hit a brother up. Let's talk. Greg Perry, I agree. Okay, this is Greg Perry responding to James McFadden. And just to recap, we talked about, James McFadden talking about why when a player why any top level player won't consider South Carolina. Okay. So Greg Perry said, I agree, James. I honestly would think Don at this point would have to turn away a dozen players a year because she doesn't have space. Couldn't care less about the football game. It's all about the Gamecocks for me. Bro, I appreciate the comment. And that's tough. And I don't doubt you whatsoever. I don't doubt it. I am sure that Dawn Staley turns down players. And players turn down Dawn Staley because of the reason that we spoke on before. You have to fit the culture. The culture. We hear the culture a lot of times. I'm not sorry, Washington Commanders, as we got a new owner and new general manager and new coaches and things of that nature. So hopefully the culture will be changed and we'll actually become an NFL team. But for Dawn Staley and the staff, you got to fit in. You got to want to be. And I say this like this because you got to want to be the best, and you got to want to be challenged by the best. So you're going to be challenged at every level. Every level you will be challenged. In the weight room, on the practice court, in the classroom, by the coaching staff, you'll be challenged by the players. Because they're not in a situation where a player don't come into South Carolina like, damn, they really good. I see why they won the national championship. I see why they went to the Final Four. Because they're really good. Because you're not the hottest thing off the market right now when you show up at South Carolina. Because every player was the hottest thing on the market right now on South Carolina. So it's a different animal. It's just a different animal. And in terms of football, I am a football dude. I will always be a football dude, but I love me some South Carolina women's basketball. It's in my genes. I got 3 daughters, so I that's what I do. I coach my girls. Before, so I know how it goes down. I could have did any space. Talking about South Carolina. I could have did baseball. I could have did football. I could have did, men's basketball. But I wanted to do South Carolina women's basketball. I wanted to talk about South Carolina women's basketball. Now I'm going to get my little season tickets for the football as well. I'm going to do that as well because I like Shane Beamer. I like the team and all these different things. But my heart is with South Carolina women's basketball, and that ain't changing no time soon. John Pittman, yeah, I'd rather see the women than old men doing their best. Like the comment. Byron Keith, UConn is going to beat by 15 points at least. I see your prediction. I'm going to have mine later in the show. Maple Leaf Studios Productions. It should have been Coach Peck doing the game. ESPN has love for UConn. Always has, always be. We fams know the truth. You know what? I'm going to take a sip. Coach Peck is my favorite. Callan Peck is my favorite. And every time I'm at a game, she's at a game, she always is so gracious to take a picture with me and wifey. Always. And I've told a story before, and it's a crazy story, in terms of my wifey and I was going to Vegas and And we got upgraded. I say we got upgraded because one of us got upgraded to first class. And my wife was always talking about, boy, you're going up there because, you know, you're taller and everything. So go on to first class. And, you know, and she's always say, you know, you more bougie than me anyway. So I went up to first class and my wife was in Delta Comfort, not too far back, a few rows behind. And going to Vegas, and lo and behold, who I sit with? Carolyn Peck. And you know, that's a 4-hour flight from Charlotte actually from Atlanta to Vegas. And she's real nice. And we talked basketball. We talked a little about life. She was studying, you know, upcoming game because she was covering the Aces. She's covering the Aces game. So we were doing that, and, you know, ate some dinner, had a couple drinks. It was real cool. And she was gracious enough to take a picture when wifey and I went to the Aces game. So I say all this about that. Yes, Carolyn Peck should be doing the game. Carolyn Peck does an amazing job, and she should be doing the game. And of course, you know, we have some bias in regards to how UConn and Rebecca Lobo rolls. We have some bias with that, and it's never going to stop. I don't think it's ever going to stop with South Carolina, and you know, it is what it is. We're going to check it out today and see what goes down with Rebecca Lobo and this whole situation covering UConn versus South Carolina. Blah blah blah. Oh man, Roger Lewis been waiting. Got my VSOP. You know, I gotta add that to the list. When my wife go to the store tomorrow. We gotta get some VSOP. You know, add that to the list. And I'm gonna holler at my boy Roger Lewis when we do get some VSOP, and we're doing a live show this week. I'm thinking about doing 2 live shows this week. It'd be awesome. You know, be awesome. Love live shows. It's so crazy. Ethan Tremblay. Good morning, my brother. What we sipping on today, Captain Will? Well, I took a shot of some Hornitos tequila. That's what I was taking a shot of. You know, as I get older, it seems like, you know, you have your favorites. You know, as I was a kid, you know, like I love Sonic slushies. I love those. And as I get older, because I ain't been drinking that long. I ain't started drinking until I met my wife. I have not been drinking since I met my wife. I met my wife in 2012. And I chased her down for like 3 years because she wasn't trying to play right. And but when we got locked and loaded, it was a wrap. So she's gonna punch me dead in the chest when this is over. I'm telling you, she's gonna punch me dead in the chest. She was just running around, not even wanna like commit and all this different stuff. I'm chasing her down, telling her mama that I'm gonna marry your daughter. All these things happen. All of them happen. All true stories. You get more of that in the membership chat. But I ain't been drinking that long. So I'm trying to make up for lost time. I got a good liver. I ain't drink most of the time. Most of my military career, I didn't drink. It sounds weird because I sure could have did it. I sure could have used a couple of drinks when I'm having a bad day at the work, getting cussed out by my boss, by my battalion commander and so forth. You know, I could have used that stuff to settle me down, but I didn't. I don't think I started drinking until I was in the Army about 16, 17, 18 years in the Army. Real talk. She is Bree Wayne. Please, Feagin. Real simple. Directive. Please, Feagin, have a breakout game. We got a rebound today, no doubt about it. Watkins, don't foul. We need you all game. Ready to see Fulwiley versus KK. KK Arnold, y'all. Another dynamic freshman. I think they'll pull Muhl on. They'll put Muhl on Powell. You said some great points. And KK Arnold is a very talented player in the 2023 recruiting class. Ladies and gentlemen, KK Arnold was ranked higher. KK Arnold was ranked higher than our own MiLaysia Fulwiley. ESPN had her ranked as the 6th best player in the class of 2023. 5'9" freshman, average 29 minutes a game. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 51% from the field, 40% from 3. Now, ESPN would have to agree with Captain Will on this one right here, that if the rankings were done now, MiLaysia Fulwiley would be ranked higher than KK Arnold. And that is no hyperbole or no SAT word in regards to KK Arnold. MiLaysia Fulwiley is the better player. She's just a better player, even though KK Arnold is playing a lot of minutes. So, yeah. And Fulwiley going to have something to prove because she knows she should have been ranked higher. But it's all good. It is all good. It's all good. In terms of Muhl, yeah, I believe Muhl will be on Powell a good bit today. I do. She's got good size, 5'11". She's going to play a lot of minutes. She's averaging about 31 minutes a game. We're going to see some of that. You're going to see it. But this is the problem that UConn is facing in this basketball game today. Who's Paide Buekers going to guard? And I know that everybody does the switching and so forth, but if UConn comes out with a starting lineup of having Paide Buekers in the post like they have done so many times this season, you're going to have a situation with 6-foot Paide Buekers trying to deal with 6'2" Chloe Kitts or 6'3" Sania Feagin, 6'3" Ashlyn Watkins, and that ain't a good matchup on any level, just not. And of course, you have Paide Buekers, shooting the three ball and doing that thing, what she does, and she's improved tremendously on defense. But you don't want a situation where Feagin is matched up against no Paide Buekers in no scenario. You don't want to see that. I want to see it, but you don't, Steve Mack, UConn would try and attack Watkins. I think Te-Hina, you have a big game. I think Te-Hina has a big game as well. I think Te-Hina's going to have a big game because UConn don't defend the three well. They don't defend the three well, and this is the day. This is the day that Te-Hina Paopao truly comes out of her shooting slump. I mean, last game she was 2 for 4 from 3, but she only took 4 shots. Today is the day. Today is for Te-Hina to make the nation know that she is her. She's never played against UConn. She's never played against Paide Buekers, so she wanted to get on that court and prove her worth as well. Okay, so I predict Te-Hina gonna have a bomb day today, and I believe that Bree Hall gonna do the same thing. I think both of them are going to play very well. Now, in terms of the post, and you got Aaliyah Edwards, who's really good. So Watkins and our post players gonna have a tough time, guarding and containing Aaliyah Edwards. But I believe in my heart that one of those players will be game plan 4. So you're not going to have a situation where both of those players going off. One of them might go off, but both of them ain't going to go off. That ain't going to happen. I believe that Watkins will show her worth today if she stays out of foul trouble, which she's been doing a pretty good job of the last few games, and show why I believe she's the best defender in the SEC. I think that's going to happen. So please, Watkins, stay out of foul trouble. Do what you do best. Block shots, rebound, and guard. That's what you do. That's what you do best. Elizabeth Anderson, thank you for your comment. The 3-point shooting is going to be on us today for us. I'm excited to establish the threes. Let's slay some butter today. Ladies and gentlemen, KK Arnold, Muhl, Buekers, you name the player. There ain't no player on UConn's team that has the answer for MiLaysia Fulwiley when she has the ball and she wants to get to the basket. There is not one player on that team. None. If MiLaysia Fulwiley plays the way she's been playing the last few games and is aggressive to the basket, she's either going to make the layup or get fouled. If MiLaysia Fulwiley settles for the 3 today and she shoots about 3, 4, 5 3-pointers today while not going aggressive to the basket, we might not see a lot of MiLaysia Fulwiley in this basketball game. I need MiLaysia Fulwiley to attack the basket. You be Allen Iverson today. Give UConn work. Give them work. Dwayne Wicker, best player on the court today. Good question. Best player on the court today. That's a nice question. Best player on the court today, to me, is Aaliyah Edwards. I think Aaliyah Edwards is the best player on this court. Not Paide Buekers, not Te-Hina Paopao, not Raven Johnson, not Ashlyn Watkins. I think Aaliyah Edwards is the best player on the court today. The best team on the court today is South Carolina. South Carolina has so much depth, so much more depth than UConn. So much more depth. Aaliyah Edwards always liked her game. 6'3", she can ball. She can ball. Senior. That's another thing. 6'3" senior. Been doing it a lot. 30 minutes a game, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 60% from the field. Okay. But she gets in foul trouble. If Aaliyah Edwards gets in foul trouble, the game is done. It's over, and it's a blowout. It's a blowout. It's done. Over. We probably win by 25 if Aaliyah Edwards gets in foul trouble because they don't have depth. They don't have depth, and the depth they have is freshmen. It's freshmen, and they got some talented freshmen. You go, Ashlyn Shade. She's talented. She was the 15th ranked recruit in the 2023 class, averaged about 11 points, 3 rebounds a game, 29 minutes a game. Got some talent. Ice Brady, 6'3", freshman, redshirt freshman, get about 15 minutes a game. Qadence Samuels, 6 foot, freshman guard. They have some talent. They just don't have depth. And if Aaliyah Edwards gets in trouble, the game is done. Anthony Ashley, we win by 27 points. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell us how you really feel, bro. Buddy Rowe, I feel better if Camila was there. I would too. I would too if Camila was here, because that'd be another cog in the wheel. That'd be another link in the chain, with Camila Cardozo. But make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. We would have 10 players, if Camila was there. We got 9. And out of that 9, we have 8 McDonald's All-Americans. The talent is there. The talent is there. And the talent is there. I can't front. I would love to have Camila Cardozo today. Love it. Love it. I think it's about time. To do a prediction. What y'all think? About time to do a prediction. It's about 1:36, and I want to make sure everybody is, after the show, be locked in and ready to do some stings and get ready for this big old game. It's so exciting. So, OG, thank you for being a member. Captain Will, to see Dawn assist the CLA staff place shirts on the seats was so heartwarming to see. This is why she's loved. She's selfless. She's humble and unique. Please say that over and over again. Selfless, humble, and unique. I don't know all the coaches in women's basketball. I don't know all the coaches, but I know our coach. And I know that in using soul G words, she's selfless, humble, and unique. She would do anything for this program. And things like that are things that families take notice of, recruits take notice of, because she ain't got to do that. Dawn Staley is a freaking celebrity, y'all. She is a celebrity. She ain't got to do that. Come on. Well, that's amazing. Tiff Brown, what's up, girl? Tito shot at the tip off. You already know, girl. You better get it in. You got to be able to get it in. See you after the game. Ashley, real talk, Captain, team full of superstars. I don't say this lightly. I do not say this statement lightly. When I say that we're the most talented basketball team in the country, I know that. You know that. But think about the potential players that are drafted to the W on this basketball team. Think about that. We start with Camila Cardozo. That's 1. We go to Te-Hina Paopao. That's 2. Whether or not she comes back, next year or leaves for the draft this year, she's getting drafted. She's a shooter. Come on, y'all. And leading the Gamecocks 3-point shooting, which is right now 3rd in the country. Come on now. So Te-Hina Paopao, that's 2. I'm gonna go Bree Hall. Bree Hall is having an amazing junior year. That should continue. That will continue, and she will get better next year. That's 3. Going into her senior season. Raven Johnson, who will be going into her redshirt junior season next year. Okay, she's only getting better. What's that, 4? Okay, you can look at the growth and the potential growth of Ashlyn Watkins in her sophomore year. She's only going to get better over the next couple of years. That's 5. Chloe Kitts just finished her freshman campaign at the University of South Carolina, regardless of what the media guys say. Chloe became a sophomore in January, okay, last month. She's averaging 10.7 rebounds, okay? She get 15, 20 minutes, 20 pounds stronger. That's another one, okay? MiLaysia Fulwiley. I ain't got to say nothing else about that. MiLaysia Fulwiley. I could go online. Tessa Johnson, Sania Feagin. We have so many potential players in the W if they continue to get better and better and better. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of superstars. We ain't got a superstar. We have a whole bunch of superstars in this basketball team. Philip Meyer. Southern Cal is a one-dimensional team. If Juju gets injured, sticking a fork and timer in them. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And it's sad that they have to depend on a freshman. It's sad. It really is. Maple Leaf Studio Productions. Can you direct me on where I click to get a membership? Hey, fam, use a computer. It's much easier using a computer. So go use a computer. And once you get to the computer and you go to my YouTube channel and go to either on the homepage, you'll see a place that says join around the middle of it. And you'll see the different members that's streaming or whatever. Or you can click on the memberships tab and follow the directions right there. It's really simple, just really simple. And you can become a bronze, a silver, or a gold member. So check it out and DM me if you got any problems. Trent Parker, Cap, do you think we will have the lead in the first quarter? I do, fam. I think we will have the lead after the first quarter, and I think that we will show up this time. I really do. The keys to victory. I'm going to talk about the keys to victory, okay? We have to defend like we are the number one team in the country. We have to defend like we are number one. We are number one with defensive rating for a reason. We are number one in field goal percentage and 2-point percentage in defense for a reason. We got to make them understand that we are the best defensive team in the country. You're going to see some picking. You're going to see some cuts to the basket. You're going to see a whole lot of things, sometimes like a Princeton weave. You're going to see a whole lot of things that goes in the basketball game because UConn is very efficient in their offense. But we need to play, stay locked in, stay out of foul trouble, and defend like we are the number one team in the country. Number two, our bigs got to stay out of foul trouble. We have to stay out of foul trouble because I don't want the scenario that Ashlyn Watkins picking up, a couple of quick fouls. Okay. I don't want that scenario. I don't want the scenario where Chloe is picking up a couple of quick fouls or Sania Feagin, picking up fouls when don't need to pick up fouls. Okay. Because we don't have Kamilla Cardozo who could gobble up fouls. Okay. So our depth is a little challenged because Kamilla Cardozo is not there. So we got our bigs got to stay out of foul trouble. Play hard, play aggressive, but don't foul. Number three is get Paopao going. We got to make a concerted effort to get Paopao looks in this basketball game. Other teams have been game planning against Paopao. Not only has she, been off shooting, in that regard, but it's been tough for her to get shots off because they are trying their best to stop the three. Now, when you try to stop the three with Paopao and Breezy, you're leaving the post wide open. So that's why Chloe has been balling. That's why Watkins has been balling. That's why Sania Feagin has been balling. But we have to get Paopao going in the first quarter. Going in the first quarter. If Paopao is going in the first quarter, woo, it's going to be some shot making in this basketball game. Number four, rebound the basketball. We have to beat UConn rebounding the ball. And now South Carolina is a better rebounding team, obviously. We're one of the top rebounding teams in the country, okay? That goes without saying. But we got to box out. These are smaller players. If they start with Buekers at the 4 position, but I believe that they're going to start 6'3" and 6'3", because of our size, try to combat that, but that's not going to work. But I'm just saying, we got to rebound the basketball. We got to put a butt on them and rebound the ball. We got to box out. And we got to stop the offensive rebounding, limit the offensive rebounding for UConn. We got to do that. Number 5, and I think this is the biggest one, we have to play our brand of basketball. We can't get up in the hype of the whiteout and the T-shirts and the 18,000 fans and on ESPN 2:00 Super Bowl and what we're going to do at the party and we're going to turn up and get lit. It ain't going to, what will be bad? This is what will be bad. We are, don't be locked in and we lose this basketball game. We lose this basketball game. That, and because these are babies, these are kids, these are our kids, right? They already thinking, they already planning for what's their Super Bowl party. Come on, they kids, they college kids. I know I would. But we got to play. These 2 hours, we got to ball. We got to put in the work. Play our brand of basketball. Get the pace going. Defend. Hit the outside 3. Rebound. MiLaysia Fulwiley. The lights are on. It's time for you to be showtime. It's time for you to show cackalack at what we do. You know, those are the things. The crowd will be hyped. The crowd will push you over the top. We need to play our brand of basketball. That's what we have to do. My prediction for this basketball game is simple. I'm talking about everything that UConn does, we do better. We have a better offense. We have a better defense. We rebound the ball better. We block more shots. We are a better three-point shooting team. UConn shoot more threes than us. They shoot 31% of the attempts field goal attempts by UConn are three-pointers. 25% of attempts by South Carolina is three-pointers. But we shoot a better percentage than UConn. We need to do what we do. This game is going to be close. It's going to be close. I don't see a blowout unless UConn gets in foul trouble. I don't see a blowout in that regard. I'm talking about, a tight game. A game that Carolina has to play. But we're better. We're better offense, better defense, pace, shooting the three, rebounding, block shots, and we're playing at home. There's a lot of boxes that are being checked right now. A lot of boxes that are being checked by South Carolina. But, ladies and gentlemen, family, make no mistake. Make no mistake about it. This is going to be a good game. UConn, regardless of their injuries, is a very talented basketball team. They just don't have a lot of depth now with their injuries. But I would make the case that this is the most talented basketball team that we played. I could say LSU. At the time, I thought it was Utah. But they've been in some hard times. They had a couple injuries as well. UConn is coming to play, but they are playing the better team. They're playing a better team. South Carolina will stand on business today. And I am predicting a victory of 75-63. South Carolina continues their stomp towards a national championship. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you are watching me right now, once we get off this channel, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. I will see y'all after the game at 4:00 p.m. Let's go. Shots up. Let's be out.